Ignorance, they say, itself is a disease. And when a man is not informed, is not aware, and he fails to also pay attention or even learn, it makes it worse. One of the most, selfish sort of people who refuse to adapt to change and to be innovative and creative and listen to others is those who have low self-esteem because they are not because they feel they stumbled on where they got to by mistake and do not pay attention to the fact that people who are giving you um, a help or saying one thing or the other are supporting you so that you don't make a mistake that could potentially cost you. One of such persons we're describing is the current president of the country, Muhammadu Buhari, who thought that the restructuring being talked about is a southern, is a southwest agenda. Hence, he has not listened or paid attention to ensure and to make Nigeria a better place. How sad. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's see what is really going on. Buhari ignored restructuring, thinks is a southwest agenda. Abdulrahman, ex-minister, reveals. Everything has its own season. There is time for politics and the picking going on. There is time to be visible and there is time to be kept and to keep a low profile. When time for political picking came, I particularly at that time turned out the way things are today, and I regret why Nigerians ever followed in the business of what they did in 2015 because it clearly showed by 2016-17. But the worst of what happened was 2019 when the same people were said to have revolted Buhari again during the election. It showed that the people did not learn anything for the first 4 years of his administration. Of course, the suffering was evident for all to see. Nigerians, to a large extent, have made a huge mistake for which they will have to pay the consequence by living with it. The ex-minister says, I have no regret whatsoever. My move to the People Democratic Party was born out of the political terrain and all that was going on. When I saw how APC, that promised Nigeria heaven and earth, did nothing, I could no longer stay without loyalty of lies. I had to move to the People Democratic Party. It is sad to reveal to you that the president, when the South began to clamor for restructuring, had consultation with some northern elders. And the conclusion was the call for restructuring was the southern or southwest agenda. Hence, he paid no attention to it and took it with levity and went after agitators. This has not gone down well because if you understand what restructuring is, those that consulted or those that gave the president advice deceived him a great deal. None of them told him the truth of what restructuring is all about. He dropped the agenda and never picked it up to ensure that he did something about it because he felt or he thought it was a Southwest agenda. How sad that the president of the country has no clear understanding on what is going on. So this is what happened. Why the South were clamoring and shouting and say, Buhari, oh, do this, do that. What is happening is not right. You came in telling Nigerians you're going to sort this out. The way things are now, it's not acceptable. Restructure the country. What did the president do? He dumped the whole, the quest for restructuring like a pack of cards. Why? The reason being that he felt the call for restructuring was a ploy, okay, against his administration, was a ploy against him, and it's all about me, 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 me. Instead of paying attention to what really mattered, this man neglected everybody and what they could potentially bring to the table. He neglected it. As a matter of fact, he did not care what the people were saying. All he cared about was himself. So when you look at it, you can tell that the president himself is such an ignorant man. Yes, I say an ignorant man because if you had to wait for, I mean, it's okay to get counsel to understand what is going on and to be able to pay attention so that to understand what's going on with your people, you need to understand. And if you cannot get the people, you've lost them. Yes, you've lost them big time. The president came on the back of Nigerians thinking that this man was going to, do some miracles, shake some magic wand, and before you know it, Nigeria is back in place. How sad. All that is called lies. Capitalization of lies, definition of lies. Nothing whatsoever was done in that light in that regard. And today, like you and I know, the result of what we can experience stares us all in the face. The president does not even have a clue what is going on in the country. Sadly, the president is not even interested, in sorting, assisting, or bringing back to value and to bring back the country into. I mean, as a matter of fact, the man is just sitting there counting down and looking at, what next. He doesn't care what is going on in the country. That is supposed to be the president who is supposed to be thinking about living a legacy and living life, living the country with the best of opinion and options. However, none of that counts. None of that counts. That is supposed to be the president of a country. No dream. He speaks, he has interview, and at the end of the day, the people are worse off. They don't even want to hear the interview because the interview are targeted at destroying even the very fragments, the most fragile set of people and what they've put together. His interview destroyed them even the more. So at the end of the day, Nigeria is worse off. Okay, worse off than having a president who has no inclination as to what is going on with the people. If things must change and we must move further, we must get to the position where where we can deal with politicians who do not want this country to be better. Most of them, they don't they are just, I mean, it's terrible what they do. And they don't even, there's no remorse feeling to say what we've done is bad. How can we change this? There's no such thing going on. you know what a nation. Leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.